What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be going through my predictions for the Detroit Pistons vs Cleveland Cavaliers second round series. But before we start, make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like always, I'll be starting in the Eastern Conference, where we have the first seed, Detroit Pistons, taking on the fourth seed, Cleveland Cavaliers. And I have the Cavaliers winning in 7 games. I'm trying to take my biases aside as a Cavs fan, but the Cavaliers' offense is too good for this Pistons team. And while they are an elite defensive team, they do still have weak points that the Cavaliers can exploit, especially elite guards like Donovan Mitchell and James Harden, who attack mismatches on a daily basis. Matchup-wise, this series heavily favors the Cavs as well. The Cavaliers have too many bodies they can throw at Cade Cunningham. Jalen Tyson's defense has drastically improved this season. He has held some elite guards and wings to really bad shooting splits this season. He's held Cade Cunningham, Tyrese Maxey, Anthony Edwards, Jamal Murray, LaMelo Ball, and Kawhi to a combined 15 from 60 from the field, which is 25%. Tyson's offensive game was underwhelming in the first round, so say he doesn't see the floor much, they can send Keon Ellis out to guard Cade. Even though he received 0 minutes in games 5, 6, and 7 in the first round, Ellis is still one of the most disruptive defenders in the league and one of the best point-of-attack defenders, but Ellis does lack quite a bit of size at 6'5", and only 175 pounds, compared to Cade, who's 6'6", 220. So Cade would probably take advantage of the size difference, and if he does, they can put Dean Wade on him. Cade isn't the best matchup for Wade, however. If Cade can take advantage of the speed difference, Cade is gonna need to rely on his shooting if Detroit wants to win this series. If Wade can force Cade into the interior defense of Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley, it's going to be real tough for him to get going. And if he can keep up with Cade and get a good contest on Cunningham's shots, it's going to be tough for the Pistons as a whole. If worst comes to worst, the Cavs can put guys like Max Strus, Dan Merrill, Dennis Schroeder, and Craig Porter Jr. on Cade. Even Naquan Tomlin will do quite a good job. Tobias Harris will more than likely have a big series and will need to have one in order for Detroit to have a chance. Cleveland will more than likely put Mobley on the non-shooter Asar Thompson, for Tobias Harris will have a smaller James Harden on Donovan Mitchell on him to start the game at least. So he will need to come out of every game aggressive and hope he can keep the momentum they on in the game. Jalen Duren will have another tough series going up against Jarrett Allen, so he will more than likely be a non-factor again. So they're going to need their bench, Dennis Jenkins and Kevin Huerter, and also Duncan Robinson to step up the scoring. But the Cavs defense off the bench is good too. Going on the other end, the Pistons defense is one of the best in the league and have the tools to stump the Cavs' star-studded backcourt with Asar Thompson, Ron Holland, and Cade Cunningham on the perimeter. But this season, in 2 games against the Pistons, Donovan Mitchell has had their number where he's averaging 32.5 points on 59% from the field and 35% from free. And he does love to reach a new level in the playoffs, so Asar has his hands full. But Donovan was quite underwhelming in the first round, so maybe he keeps the underwhelming player. But I also have to give credit to the Raptors defense in that series. But I have no doubt Asar's length, speed, and agility is enough to make Donovan Mitchell's life really hard. Cade Cunningham had his work cut out for him guarding James Harden, even though Cade favors against guys like Harden way more than a guy like Donovan Mitchell. His ideal defensive assignment is a bigger guard that doesn't use their speeds and is a post-up guard. But the offensive workload could lead to him being tired and undisciplined, leading to being in foul trouble, but he is fairly disciplined for a young and unnatural defender. Cleveland often run a lineup of 5 scorers, so Duncan Robinson and Kevin Huerter I have to defend at all times when they're guarding guys like Jalen Tyson, Max Strus, and Dennis Schroeder, and bad things happen when they are asked to defend. Tobias Harris also has his work cut out for him up against Evan Mobley, who is the Cavaliers' X-Factor and series changer. Harris is giving up 3 inches to Mobley, but he also has 10 pounds on Mobley, so if he can keep him out of the paint and make Mobley shoot over the top of him in the mid-range and beyond the 3-point line, Detroit will definitely take it. Duran should be able to take Jarrett Allen out of the series with his physical playstyle, his rebounding, and interior defense. If Detroit can limit Cleveland's role players like Jalen Tyson, Max Strus, Sam Merrill, and Dennis Schroeder, they have a really solid chance of winning. But I think Cleveland's versatility is too good for the Pistons. That's going to end this video. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and make sure to let me know in the comments who you think wins this series and in how many games.